How about friends of yours who were, I mean, who are your age and that decade of theirs? How was it different from yours in terms of things they did? I mean, you can't just randomly land up at a nightclub, can you?
No, I can't.
Right.
I don't want to.
You can't drink alone at a bar in Bombay, which I'm pretty sure your friends can.
Yeah. See, my friends have been very, very understanding. In fact, too understanding. Like, I actually recently realized that I have literally not been a present friend for 10 years. But they let me be unpresent because they knew I was chasing something, and you have to make sacrifices to try and get what you want. But now I maybe, like I said, I'm moving into the next phase of my life. I'm trying to balance it both out, you know. And actually, they've acknowledged that okay, you have had to make a lot of sacrifices to get where you've gotten to maybe in your career. So yeah, I have been fortunate enough to be surrounded by extremely understanding friends.
You haven't lost friends in that decade?
No. I have
None.
the same friends. No.
Okay.
I have the same friends that I went to school with. There's a group of, we're a group of 9 girls. Jamnabai.
Okay.
A group of 9 girls. And we've been connected through. Because at the end of the day, I know that actually I feel most comfortable with them because they don't really care about who I am as an actor or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that, they're very proud of me. They're very supportive of me. But they're not, that doesn't matter to them. What matters to them is actually me being me and me being myself.
Right.
So there's a certain version of myself that I have when I'm in a public place, which I don't need to be if I'm in their company. So that's very grounding to me. That's very humbling to me because it feels comfortable. And like I said, the reason I've not lost them is because of them. Because they've been so understanding and they've been so supportive.
You know, one of the things that happens to most people in professions outside of show business and cricket, cricket in only sport in India that makes so much money, right? And even within show business, I would think actors, is usually people start out in their 20s, they make a certain amount of money and it's not enough. That's when you're young, that's when you want to spend on all the cool things, but you don't have enough. And it's much later in life when you get a lot more money, but you don't have the time, you don't have that inclination anymore. The reverse is true for you, right? I mean, you were peaking money-wise in your 20s. I'm sure you peaked later as well. It's not the first peak. But what was it like to be so rich in your early 20s, yeah? Okay, firstly start with, how much did you make in your first film when you were 19?
15 lakhs.
15 lakh, okay.
I went and deposited the check to my mother and very nicely I said, Mama, you handle the money. Until date, my mother handles my money.
Okay.
I don't know how much money I have in my bank account. I know it's a good amount.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I don't know how much money I have, and it's good that I don't. And in fact, very often my team tells me, you need to sit down, you need to see, you need to make sure, you need to know where your finances are. And actually, now that I'm having a child and all, I'm a little bit more aware of it, being like, listen, at the end of the day, I need to also be like, I need to hold it together, like when it comes to my own finances and
you're
stuff
a mother
like
now.
that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But my mother said, don't worry, it'll come easily and you will learn it. When the time will come, I did it for you, you will do it also for your child. So it's okay, it's fine. I'm not, in fact, my CA gets very stressed out. Like, he's like, you don't spend any money, you don't
spend, okay.
Right. Yeah, like you need to like, just like enjoy a little bit, like, cause he's also a family friend, like, but I'm not much of a spender, but I'm very into like, actually I'm not into even investments, like my mom does it and they do it for me and they let me know where the investments are.
When was your first car?
My first car must have been then only, I guess.
At 19?
At
Not
19,
bad, huh?
20.
Super. These are goals.
Audi.
These are career goals. Audi Q7?
Yeah, that's being launched right now. Right next door. Q5.
Q5, okay. What first house?
First house, 22.
Wow.
I think, yeah, first house, 22. Yeah, see, listen, I feel very touched wood.
Totally.
Like, I feel very grateful and I'm like little like that about like, even like all the privileges we have, and that fortunately I do not need to at this point stress about that aspect of my life. But that's why I believe in like giving back. I believe in setting, like I've set aside a certain amount of money that goes into CSR on a yearly basis, and a lot of that is about like for animals and stuff like that, because it's a cause that I feel very, very passionately about. but even during COVID and stuff like that, like I was very aware of it. Like I feel like sometimes a little guilty as well. I work very, very hard, but there's no saying that the hard work for one person is different from a hard work of another person. So hard work is hard work.
That's a given.
It's a given. I'm aware of that. So I feel very grateful. And yeah, if you're asking me, I didn't really spend and splurge and all. Like, yeah, I didn't do all of that. But I've saved enough, like,
so, I mean, the sense I get is that you are a kind of person who really loves her job and everything that comes with it is a byproduct of it.
Pretty much.
Would that be correct?
I'm not ignorant of it.
Sure.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Like I have a little bit of a business mind that way. So, itna to mujhe pata hai. But like, I created my own children's brand. I put my own money into it. I didn't go to an investor. I put all my own money into creating the brand, and the brand is now really, really, it's grown a lot. We've expanded quite a bit. It's all my money.
What's it called? Just plug it if you like.
Edamama.
Okay, Edamama.
Children's clothing brand.
Why is it called that?
My cat. His name is Edward, who is my inspiration for everything.
What do you mean inspiration for everything?
He's
like you
there.
And your cat have a chat like
no,
every morning?
he's there in my Eternal Sunshine production house logo as well.
Okay.
So you see the beginning of the film.
Yeah.
It starts with a
cat.
cat.
How old is Edward?
Edward is like 5 now.
Okay.
It's like Ed, a mama, like Ed's mama.
So
Edamama.
But it's not cat clothes, right?
No, it's not cat clothes. It's just like a cute he's just a great inspiration for everything.
Right. Why is it called Eternal Sunshine? From the movie or? So
yes, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is one of my favorite films.
Okay.
But it's also the feeling of movies. Like I love the word eternal sunshine. Like I believe movies are eternal. I love sunshine. Sunshine gives you a lot of warmth. I believe movies give you a lot of warmth on a rainy, cold day. So like Eternal Sunshine just fit.
You know, were you like a massive movie fan growing up in the sense of somebody will watch the same film again and again? Is that something that happened or?
I'm a total ranty kind of first row movie watcher.
No,
like
really?
That is me.
Chandan Cinema.
Chandan Cinema.
Really?
I have grown up watching all the number ones. Kuli number 1, ye number 1, that number 1. I used to see Govinda dancing and that used to be like, mujhe Govinda banna hai. That was my dream, you know. Govinda Karishma Kapoor. I grew up watching that. So actually this learned sort of actor that people think I am, I'm totally not. I have not watched most of the famous classic Hollywood movies or classic Hindi movies. I recently watched Sholay. I recently watched Mughal-e-Azam. So I'm not academic. I was just like,
I mean, Sholay is hardly academic, but yeah, it's from 1975 and you were born 93. I mean,
biggest
fair, yeah.
hit, you know, like when we talk about like film, cinema, student.
Yeah, I also think it's overrated. But
I have become okay, we can't have that conversation, right? But I have become a student of cinema now. Actually, thanks to Ranbir. Ranbir actually has introduced me to. He's like, "Ye kuch picture dekhti nahi hai. She's not interested in movies. You know, I just want to sit and I want to chat and I want to watch shows and everything."
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.